before.
Oh, okay, it's actually going now.
Okay, it's
All right.
going.
Yep.
Yo, YouTube, what's up?
YouTube! I'm Sorry Donald Goofy 99. This is my buddy Ken.
Nice to meet you.
My real name's Kyle. I will not say my last name.
My name's Ken, but please call me Connor. What? That's with the K.
Oh.
Okay.
I just call you Ken because
he can call me that
you let me.
He can call me that because I let him. We know each other since high school.
That was his name in high school.
It's only referred for a few people. Like
He never corrects me.
No, I don't.
Anyway, but okay, we're actually going to talk about Avengers Endgame. So if you have not seen the movie, you have been warned.
If you have not seen the movie yet, keep scrolling to another video.
Go to some other video that's like a spoiler-free review, I guess.
Spoiler-free review, because this review was for everything Endgame. It was epic. Yeah,
the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movie
Yes.
so far.
Very good. Until Phase 4 happens.
Okay, that's the part I don't know. I don't know the face thing.
Me either. So, oh man, where to begin? Well, I guess the beginning.
Well, duh.
Yeah. Duh, right?
Yeah, because it kind of just starts immediately after the ending of Captain Marvel.
It just starts right after the ending of Captain Marvel, you know, where you know that mid-credit scene where she sews up and says, "Where's Fury?"
Yeah, it's just pretty much immediately after that, if not maybe a few seconds or minutes or however long it would be.
I guess maybe a week went by or so. I really have no idea. They never give you the correct time.
I just assumed it was immediately after.
Well, let's just say it was immediately after, because that's pretty much what happens, and
yep.
They're trying to figure out how to get everybody that was snapped out of existence.
Hawkeye, as I like to say.
Yeah, who was Hawkeye out of existence.
By Thanos. A.K.A. Grimace, a.k.a. Purple Man.
Trying to figure out, like, okay, let's see, what do we do?
What do we do?
They all got different plans, obviously. Captain Marvel was saying, well, hey, you guys got me this time, so of course it's going to work.
Well, yeah, of course it would be better than trying to take the whole Wakandan army into space. Plus they had a ship thanks to Rocket somehow.
They had Rocket, at least, so they had to get to space, of course.
That was because Tony and Nebula were taken back to Earth by Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Tony and Nebula are stuck in space for a while. They're sharing...
But of course Nebula was going to be fine. She's like a cyborg. Thanos probably got rid of her stomach, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he did a lot of things to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, they're stuck in space for, I guess, maybe a few weeks.
It was like 21, 22 days, so like 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
ish.
yeah. Ish.
Tony almost died, but Captain Marvel, hi there! Basically just drags them back to Earth.
Captain just drags them back to Earth. Pepper's still alive, thank goodness, so he doesn't have to worry about her.
I honestly thought that she got snapped, too. I figured everyone lost somebody in the snap. I thought Pepper was getting snapped.
Him and Captain America still have a little bit of issues from Civil War.
Well, yeah, but they're not, like, immediately pounding each other's faces in the moment they see each other, so there is that.
They're just basically kind of like, where were you when I needed you? You broke the Avengers apart.
Well, that was more Tony than Steve.
Yeah, that was more Tony, though, than Steve, but basically, then they come together, they go to Thanos' planet where Nebula told her what would happen once... and
Thor and Bruce and the Hulkbuster armor came there, and I think Rhodey was there, too.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember, but yeah, Rhodey was there, and Thanos apparently doesn't care what he did. He's just living his life as a farmer or something.
I was actually pissed off about that. He did not deserve a happy ending after what he did.
He just snapped his fingers and said, "Yay!"
And then like 2 days before they went there, he snapped the stones out of existence. I didn't know they could do that until that happened.
2 days before they go there, they try to scan for the stones, and
Thanos went, snap! No more stones!
He used them 2 days ago, which apparently he...
Oh wait, wrong hand, actually.
Well, apparently
oh wait, which hand was it?
Left.
Oh, yeah. Snap.
But it is the right hand at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But he snapped his fingers, and apparently to destroy the stones, which I thought was impossible, because, they're Infinity Stones. I thought you couldn't...
Well, if anything can destroy them, it's themselves, I guess.
Yeah. Of course, then again, now that I think about it, Wanda did destroy the Mind Stone. Of course,
but that took, like, almost all of her power to do it.
And they're similar to the powers of the stone. But yeah, Thanos, he doesn't give a frack about what he did. He's just...
Nope.
He's just being a farmer living in a little log cabin shelter.
Yeah. And right when Nebula shows up, and she's all like, "Oh, you know, Thanos is a lot of things, but he's not a liar. Thanos, maybe I've been too hard on you, my daughter." I'm like, "You think?"
Yeah, like saying there's no way to bring the stones back. It's impossible. You lie. Like my father. Like, says,
you're hiding them somewhere around here.
Like my father's many things, but he's not a liar. Which
Thor brings Stormbreaker down on his hand.
Yeah, Thor just cuts his left arm off immediately,
like wham!
To stop him from using the stones.
And eventually, he also did the same to his head as payback for what happened, because...
He went for the head this time, guys.
Not that Thanos could have done much about that anyway, in his current state. Yeah. He was, like, stumbling to get into his house.
You know, I was expecting more of a fight from Thanos in that scene, but...
Yeah, I expected him to, like, maybe at least throw a few punches, but well.
I thought there'd be way more of a fight from Thanos, but apparently...
I mean, yeah, because he's not weak without the stones.
And destroying the stones really left him weak, but...
Because he didn't even... Wait. Because he didn't... Okay, maybe he needed the one stone to beat Thor and Hulk, but...
The Power Stone?
Yeah.
Well, I really don't know. Maybe he needed the Power Stone to beat Hulk and Thor. I don't know. Maybe not.
But he didn't need any of them to bust into the Nova Corps, so...
Well, he's pretty powerful without the stones.
Yeah, because he pretty much just busted right into the Nova Corps and stole the purple stone. I always mix the purple and blue ones around.
The Power Stone.
Yeah. Purple's power, blue is space?
Blue is space, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I know all the other ones.
Green's time, yellow's mind.
Yeah, green's time, yellow's mind, orange is soul.
Orange is soul.
Red is reality.
Red's reality.
Best one, by the way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Make reality whatever you want.
I mean, soul stone's good, but reality, you just...
After all that...
Whatever.
After all that happens, a 5-year time skip goes by.
Oh.
They're all living...
that actually hurt
that actually
a little bit.
That actually felt kind of weird at first. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
They can't bring everyone back, so they just go about their lives. Captain
America becomes one of those...
Some kind of a hero therapist.
Yeah, he becomes a group therapist.
A group therapist, like, you know...
There's this one scene with the... Yeah, there was a guy talking about how he was on a date with another... I think he said he was out with another guy. It was either a meetup or like a date. I forget.
And then he just disappeared.
Yeah, and they both cried during that meal, apparently, according to what the other guy was saying to Cap.
Black Widow's just monitoring everything around the world or the universe.
Along with Rocket and Captain Marvel.
Nebula, Captain Marvel and Okoye from Wakanda.
I didn't remember her name.
It's Okoye.
Okay.
Hawkeye's an assassin in Tokyo.
Which I think is when he's Ronin like he was in the comics.
Which was really awesome. I actually like that about
Brief tangent, I love how he did this with his sword.
I can understand why. I mean, his family was gone, because in the beginning of the film, we see Hawkeye first. He's teaching his daughter how to be an archer.
How to be him, basically.
Yeah, how to be him, basically. His wife and his 2 sons are playing catch. His wife's getting out like a picnic for
Although, yeah, I was with Hawkeye. Who puts mayo on a hot dog?
And then when he goes to check something out, he notices that they're gone. So
and you actually see the brief trails of dust as they vanish.
Yeah, you actually see the brief trails of dust, and Hawkeye's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Which eventually he finds out.
Which then leads into the whole them talking to Captain Marvel, and then they go to fight Thanos, who Thanos just kind of surrenders at that point, because I don't have the stones, I don't have any power, you may as well just kill me.
And everyone's doing okay. Tony got a daughter, Pepper. He's married to Pepper. But Thor...
I hated what they did with Thor. They turned him into a fat drunk who yells at kids playing Fortnite.
I did not like what they did with Thor.
Nothing against Fortnite, I've never played it.
I mean, okay, this is Thor we're talking about.
Yeah, he's had his ups and downs, right?
Even when Jane dumped him, he didn't get that depressed.
Yeah, he was... Which apparently he got even more depressed when he was drunk. That was probably the beer talking at that point. Right?
He gained a few pounds, made him like one of those...
I thought Earth beer meant nothing to him, but...
They live on Earth now, in a place called New Asgard, somewhere on Earth.
Where else would you have Asgard at this point, I guess?
Yeah,
but
Basically, Thor just kind of gave up the whole hero thing for the past 5 years. It became a drunk and...
That yells at kids playing Fortnite, which... Well, again, I have no issues with Fortnite. I've never played it. I don't know about you. I don't think you have.
Thor went through quite an ordeal, I guess, after fighting Thanos because they lost.
Yeah, I think he was depressed because he failed against Thanos, even though he had everyone else there to help him.
Everyone else failed too. It wasn't just him. I mean, if anybody had to be a drunken fat, I thought it'd be Stark.
Yeah, me too.
People.
And, like, Pepper would be yelling at him to get off his fat ass and do something, but...
I thought it'd be Stark of all people. I mean, maybe even Banner, but...
Yeah, but I actually love how Banner finally got control of all that rage and became Professor Hulk.
Yeah, Banner apparently actually becomes one with Hulk. Where...
I kind of didn't like how he wasn't that vicious anymore, but hey, at least he can control it.
What I thought they should have done with Hulk is make him like the Earth Might Is Heroes Hulk, or the...
We're Stark!
You remember Earth Might Is Heroes,
Yeah, when,
he's Hulk still, but...
I mean, hell, the Fantastic Four even came over to play poker one night.
Like, see, he's Hulk, but...
not in Endgame. Fantastic Four was not in Endgame.
He doesn't have, like, Banner's mind. He's just Hulk.
Yeah.
He told him that, too, in the first episode, or the second episode.
I thought it was, like, maybe the fourth or fifth, but
like
I could be not remembering that right.
Like, if he helps, he stays Hulk, not Banner.
And they only go Banner when they need Banner's mind.
Apparently in the Endgame, though, he was Banner all the time. Hulk was, like, nowhere there.
Yeah, I don't know if Hulk's, like the actual Hulk mind was even in there anymore because of what Thanos did.
I'm pretty sure he was...
I thought Hulk could just keep getting angrier and angrier the whole time in Infinity War, but...
They never really fully explained it.
Yeah.
And then we got my second favorite bug superhero, Ant-Man's back.
Honestly, the way he came back was, like, one of the funnier parts.
He came back...
Because a rat saved him.
A rat just... flipped the switch and
crawled right into the X-Con van.
Opened the quantum realm, and then boom comes
boom, out he goes.
And apparently for him it's been 5 hours,
and he went
to 5 years.
Okay, I saw a monument similar to what they had in Endgame in DC, so I'm guessing he went to DC at some point.
Maybe.
While he was walking out of the storage area.
I assume that he was still where he was before. They just had monuments there.
No, it just looked like something I saw in DC once. That's why I thought he went to DC.
I don't see how he could travel to DC.
On foot, unless he went, Giant Man!
Well, whatever.
He didn't have the suit on him, so...
Okay, and yeah, so he's basically back, but it's been 5 hours for him, though, not 5 years.
So, an hour in the quantum realm is a year in real life, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. And he gets back, wonders what's going on, because, like... He's walking in his own neighborhood. People are missing.
It stops one kid who he asks what the hell happened, and the kid just kind of just bikes off.
There's a bunch of signs about the missing or the vanished. That's what they called them, the vanished. And
wrong hand.
Scott goes. He notices a little memorial place where there's names written.
And his name's on there.
His name's on there, but he's worried about Cassie. His daughter.
And I didn't see Luis or the other two guys' names on there.
And he's worried about
Victor
Cassie.
And...
Well, he's mostly worried about Cassie, so he's looking for Cassie's name, asks people to move aside, and then when he doesn't see her name, he goes running to her old house. And
she's a teenager.
She's a teenager. It's been 5 years, so obviously she's grown up. It's been 5 years. She's really happy to see him, grabs his face, and is like, Dad, you're here.
That was touching.
Then he drives to the Avengers base, or the Avengers compound.
Yep.
Captain America and Black Widow are talking, and Scott, he's waving at the door.
Guys!
Hey, guys!
Was that a recording from a while ago? No, that's live.
Like, this is the front door. Like, hi, Scott Lang. We made it a few years ago. Ant-Man, we fought in some place, and I got really big.
Fought in the airport, and I grew huge.
Can you buzz me in? That was actually funny, and... He's trying to explain
that he's the one that comes up with the time heist.
Yeah, the time heist, because apparently he figured, like, wait, the quantum realm, we can use it to go back
and
to time
obviously,
travel.
former crook, he's the best guy to make this plan, I guess.
Like, we can use this to time travel, and they think about it for a while, thinking about, we could go back in time, get the stones before Thanos does.
Yeah, and then they decide to get the whole team back together, or whatever's left of their whole team.
And they go to Tony because Tony's
the smartest guy they have.
who can figure this out. At first, he's like, "Screw you! I got a family now. I'm done with all this hero."
Not that I blamed him.
I'm done.
Especially after what happened with Thanos. Thanos threw a freaking moon at him.
Then he looks at a picture of Peter and him and thinks, "I got to make this right. I got to."
Yeah, and while that's happening, they go out and find Banner, who... Biggest breakfast bowls I have ever seen, by the way.
He gets a whole plate full of eggs, sausage.
Yeah, and he's all talking about... Yeah, Hulk... I can't think of Hulk as a cancer. I have to think of him as the cure.
And they figure that he can help out with time travel, which he can. He's smart too.
Yeah, he's smart, but he said, it's kind of out of my realm of expertise, guys.
And so they still need a Tony. And
since Tony said no, Banner is literally the only other guy they had.
And while they're trying to test out the theory, they got Scott in his
they put Scott in
suit.
Well, it was kind of like his Ant-Man suit, but not exactly.
And as they're testing it, of course, things go wrong.
They end up changing his age constantly.
He comes back as a teenager.
Well, Kid Scott, and then Old Man Scott, and Baby Scott.
Freaking Baby Scott.
And then finally he's himself, and he somehow remembered all of that, even as a baby.
Like, that's a baby. It's Scott. As a baby. He'll grow. Like, okay.
Okay, guys. There's some pee in here. I don't know if it's from Old Man me, or Baby me, or
just me.
Or just me.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Woo, that was a good scene.
So that was a lesson to be learned. You don't mess with time travel unless you know what the heck you're doing.
And Banner only had like a little bit of an idea what to do, really.
Then
minor idea.
Tony comes along. Half the team shows up so they can explain their idea.
Yep.
Tony helps Banner out. Then they have a plan on which
they're trying to figure out like which points in time to send everyone to get the stones.
And of course, like evade this.
And every one of them has seen or been near one of the stones at some point, so they kind of have an idea where each of them are.
And they had to, of course, the rules of time travel, don't interact with your past
self. Although I just now thought of something.
Don't interact with your past self. You want to keep a low profile as much as you can. You don't want, there are two of you in one place.
Yeah, 2 Hulks in one New York attack? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Could you imagine the news blow up if they actually caught Banner... Well, Professor Hulk and Insane Hulk in the same time.
Yeah. And they go to different places, too. They don't just go all together. They go separate teams.
Well, what's funny was that Hulk actually ran right by him and you didn't even see him.
And they go to separate teams. They got Hawkeye.
They got a Hulk.
Hawkeye.
Well, they got Banner, Tony, Steve, and Scott going to New York.
Hawkeye and Black Widow are going to this planet.
Going to Vormir. Then Rhodey and Nebula... stay on Morag when they actually go.
So they could knock out Star-Lord and take the Power Stone.
And who knows how long he was actually out.
I know. So they got the plan going, and
of
course comedy things pretty much happen while they're there.
Yeah, and Thor and Rocket go to Asgard while it's still Asgard.
Yeah, before, Zerder destroys the whole damn place.
That wasn't Zerder. I thought that was like the Dark Elves invasion at the time.
Well, I mean before, Ragnarok happened.
Well, yeah. Well, basically they go in there in Dark World.
Yeah, so they're there during Dark World before the Dark Elves come.
And Thor gets the crazy idea to go talk to his mom.
First, he wants to get more rum.
Although, how was he going to talk to Jane in his state of mind, honestly?
First, he wants Asgardian rum. Apparently, that's all he can think about.
Well, yeah, because Odin had a big old storage of beer and rum and whatnot down there.
Thor is really depressed in this movie, guys.
I mean, yeah, they kind of fixed him at the end, and he finally had the right mindset, but he was still...
I know. He's, really depressed.
At least he wasn't useless in the final fight, is what I'm saying.
Well, he's, really depressed in the beginning, throughout the half of the movie, he's depressed till the end.
And it takes talking to his mom to get him back in the right state of mind.
He feels like he lost everything, and really, how could he talk to Jane when he's like that? And plus,
Rocket kind of had to go in there and probe her for the ether.
Plus, it would have freaked Jane out, because, I mean, she got this big...
Okay, imagine you got this little talking raccoon with a prober, and he's like, oh, hey, you have this Infinity Stone, we gotta go back to the future, and
it would have really freaked...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick you with this, sorry.
And
I don't think that would work out very well, do you?
And it would have really freaked Jane out to see Thor like that, because, I mean, like, you got two Thors. One Thor's all slim and...
Yeah, and he's...
got some body...
all heroic.
And
then you have
got
Thor.
Fat, drunken Thor. How would Jane have reacted to that? Right?
Oh my god! Don't even.
Because right when Rocket said charm her, I'm like, how can you charm her when he's like that?
You kind of lost me there, bro.
I know. So Rocket does it himself.
I knew Thor was not in the right state of mind to do that. Rocket's plan B though, spot on.
Luckily,
he somehow did not get spotted by all those Asgardian guards, I guess.
Although when he does get spotted, though, they're all calling him a rabbit, like
get the rabbit!
Is that what raccoons are to people of Asgardian? They just think they're rabbits.
Yeah, because that happened in Infinity War as well.
Thank you, sweet rabbit. So Rocket gets the stone by, I'm assuming, puncturing Jane in the ass. We didn't see it. But
I was assuming right in the middle of her spine to be safe, but
I assume that's
it could have been.
I assume that's what happened.
That's why that wasn't on screen.
Knowing Rocket, I assume that's what happened.
It was either her ass or one of her boobs, maybe.
And talking to Thor's mom seemed to really helped out.
Yeah, at least he was finally thinking, like, I'm a hero.
Like Thor.
And
he calls Mjolnir back.
And he was still worthy of it somehow, despite
yeah.
everything that happened.
Then we go, I think we go back to Cap and everybody. Yeah, we go back to them.
Yeah, and Hulk's already talking to Doctor Strange's mentor.
Yeah, they're trying to get the...
I'm better with faces, not names.
He's trying to get the stone from the...
the time stone, which,
from the
now that I was thinking about it, he didn't need the Pym particles to jump back. Couldn't he have just used the time stone to travel through time back to the compound?
Well, the stones were destroyed.
No, when he got the time stone. Could he not have used the time stone itself to travel back?
Possibly, but I think you needed the gauntlet for it, because I think just using on your own...
Or he could have at least borrowed the necklace too, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how those things work.
Because I just now thought of that.
I don't know how these things work, man. I mean,
I'm just saying, I just thought he could have used at least just a time stone.
I'm not the director.
That's how I would have done it if I wrote it, just to kind of, be practical.
And they're trying to get the space stone from Loki, but as usual, some plans don't always go the way you want.
At least Cap got the Mind Stone.
They don't always go the way you want them to.
Yeah.
Loki's in cuffs. Remember how he's in cuffs at the end of the first game? He's in cuffs, got the little muzzle on his mouth. Apparently...
Hulk had to use the stairs, and that's what screwed them over. Past Hulk had to use the stairs, not Banner.
They drop the cube. Loki gets it, uses it to teleport away.
Yeah.
So they think of another time where it could be,
and Cap remembered back in
the 40s.
I was going to say around that time.
Back in the mid-40s, they go there because he remembers that's where they would take certain
That's
weapons.
where the Tesseract was taken, and he remembered that.
And he runs into...
Kind of surprised that one lady there didn't immediately see his face and go, Cap?
Peggy. Yeah, Peggy.
No, the one black lady that was in the elevator with him.
Oh, well...
Like, that's obviously Captain America's face.
Well, people don't really notice things like that. For some reason.
Yeah, she knows everyone's faces and the whole base.
And we see a younger version of Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting talked about something about... Scott tries to get the Pym particles.
The stage makeup to make him look younger was really spot on, by the way.
The Pym particles so that way they can go back into
Unless
the
they
future.
recasted him, but...
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was still the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they get the Pym particles so that they can go back in time because they used up all that for that jump back to the 40s.
Yeah, they had like 4 extra vials of it.
Yeah, and... Oh, man. Tony meets his dad, Howard Stark. He's about to...
And he introduces himself to his dad as Howard Potts.
Howard Potts. Can you believe that? Like, oh...
He has a little hippie beard, kind of like I do at the moment. I just noticed. Whatever.
Yeah, Kyle gets to shave here.
Yeah.
And, well, of course, he's happy to see his dad because, his dad gets murdered in the future, so he's happy to see his dad. And
yeah.
His mom's about to give birth to him, apparently.
Like wow, he was... That's what makes me think it's supposed to be later, because Tony's not like 70.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like the 60s when he probably would have came
I
out?
guess.
Or?
I don't know. I mean, I know that in Civil War we saw him as a teenager for that little brief go back.
Yeah.
And he's talking to his dad, gives him good advice, you know, like with what happened with Thor and his mom.
True.
Captain America goes in to take the Tesseract.
Mm-hmm.
They all head back to the future. Then we go, lastly, we go to Hawkeye and Black Widow. And
oh my god.
I'm not afraid to admit that I cried during their scene, Get the Stone. Because, you know,
I nearly did.
I actually did. I'm not afraid to admit that I actually cried because...
No, I don't really cry much anymore, personally, but...
Kyle's heartless, guys.
I'm not heartless, I just don't really cry anymore.
Well, anyway, I cried. For those of you who cried during that scene, don't feel
I
bad
don't
about
blame
it.
you, I'm just saying I didn't.
Don't feel bad, it's okay. Because, I mean...
Yeah, do not feel bad. I just have less of a heart than some people, I guess.
Because we all knew the price to getting the Soul Stone. One of them had to be sacrificed.
Thanos just threw Gamora off. I was kind of like, oh, great, that means either Hawkeye or Natasha has to die here.
And the way that they were doing it was really sweet, because, no, they're best friends. They didn't want the other one to go.
Budapest callbacks, by the way. Still makes me wonder what happened back there.
Well, they're making a Black Widow movie in the future, so maybe we'll see what happens in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah, maybe they'll go to Budapest in a Black Widow movie.
That's my guess, because if they're going to go do that, what's going to be before all this happens. And,
before even Iron Man 1, maybe.
But Black Widow knows that Hawkeye has a family, and Hawkeye wants her to live because that's his best friend. You know, he wants the best friend to die, and they're fighting each other at first, racing to the edge.
Yeah, like Widow literally shocks him, and Hawkeye nearly blows Widow up.
He traps her to the stone, and they both
fall off.
They both fall over, but
Hawkeye grapples back up.
Hawkeye's holding Black Widow's hand, and
then she makes him let go.
She's saying it's okay to let him go, but Hawkeye doesn't want to. I mean,
yeah, you can tell by his face, and no.
Well, you know, they're best friends. I mean, who wants to let their best friend sacrifice themselves? So,
not on purpose, anyway.
So Widow just snatches her hand away, and she falls to her death.
And splat, and then Hawkeye wakes back up holding the Soul Stone.
Yelling no, and then when they all get back to the present, they're all...
Still had the sense to activate the pin particles somehow, but...
They succeeded, they got all the stones, but at a cost, because Hawkeye had to tell them what happened to Widow.
Yeah, and before Nebula could take the stone back with Rhodey, they used past Nebula's network to get into future Nebula's network.
Yeah, apparently those...
That was a little weird to me.
Apparently those
I didn't think it would work that way.
Apparently the two Nebulas are overlapping with each other. Like, you know how time travel, when something happens in the past, it affects the present?
Yeah.
Apparently that past Nebula was starting to get the present Nebula's memories.
Yeah, and Thanos literally saw everything that happened, and
knows what happened, too, so he knows that his plan to wipe out half the universe fails.
Well, it succeeded, but...
Well, I mean, like, he knows to do it over again because people are trying to stop him.
Yeah.
He knows to do it over.
And they stole Nebula's PIM particles to put the whole ship through the portal.
And then they switch it. They switch the Nebulas where it's the past one.
Yeah, where past Nebula goes in and sets everything up so that Thanos' ship can come back. And
they make an Iron Man gauntlet, but this time for the right hand, not the left hand.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
Banner is the one to use it because, of course, Hulk is the one that was made by radiation.
He was made by radiation, and basically all the stones are like based with gamma radiation.
Well, most of it was gamma. So if anyone was going to do it, it was him. Because he's basically immune to gamma rays now.
And Stark told him that if they do this, they gotta keep it where everything's the same, so that way his daughter doesn't get erased from existence. So
yeah, just bring back everyone who got snapped 5 years ago. That's what you gotta do.
So Banner snaps his fingers.
After a lot of pain, by the way. His arm got burnt.
His arm is like shorter than the other one for some reason.
I think they actually had to spray him with some fire extinguisher too.
Then that's when Nebula comes out.
Yeah.
The past one, again, remember the past Nebula.
Yeah, past Nebula. Present Nebula is still with Thanos and Gamora and Voldemort.
But then she gets, well, Gamora, the past, frees Nebula.
Past Gamora, present Gamora is still...
We know. And then present Gamora is safe, and then She takes the stones once again to Thanos, and Thanos is just waiting outside, sitting like, I'm just going to wait.
Go and get it for me, Nebula.
I'm just going to wait for my daughter to bring me the stones. I'm just going to sit here.
I still don't know why he would do that. I thought if he wanted them so bad, he'd get them himself.
He did that at the end of Age of Ultron. Fine.
And wasn't he the one that said, "Fine, I'll do it myself" at the end of Avengers 1?
Age of Ultron.
While you know the scene I'm talking about, though.
Apparently, he's not following.
My memory is not always good. We have established this.
He's not a true fan like we are, guys. He forgets certain names, characters, movies. Damn. But anyway,
Right.
he's half right.
But everyone knows the scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, because remember, he opens up some kind of vault and reaches his hand, fine, I'll do it myself.
That's why I'm like, well, then you go down there, man, because that's what you meant when you said that, right?
Well, Infinity War, he did it himself.
Yes.
Unless this was before Age of Ultron.
Or before he actually said that line, maybe.
So there's that.
Which, he probably had the gauntlet the whole He had the gauntlet the whole time, but it took him a while to get the stones was the thing.
Well, he was going to probably use his gauntlet, but since he thought, oh, they're going to get the stones for me, so I'm just going to wait till they get all the stones together.
Yeah, and all the stones were together then, and on the one gauntlet that they made.
And Nebula, the past Nebula, again, remember past Nebula,
yeah,
tries taking the gauntlet from them, but then present Gamora and her come out, and present Nebula kills past Nebula.
Which somehow doesn't erase her, but with the way time travel works in this movie...
Well, the way time travel works, I guess, doesn't really matter.
At least how time travel works in this, because I think every series uses different rules.
And you got Iron Man and Thor fighting present Thanos, and he got this big-ass blade with him.
Oh, yeah.
And
very unwieldy looking, by the way.
They're fighting for a few minutes. Thor's fighting.
Thor has both hammers.
Or Stormbreaker and
axe
Mjolnir.
and hammer, however you want to look at that.
Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. He's doing a good job until Thanos overpowers him. So
which, considering how his build is now, I wasn't too surprised.
And that actually proves that Thanos doesn't really need the gauntlet to
take them on. He just used it because it was on him, I think.
Yeah, and plus it was extra power to finish it quickly. So that proves that he doesn't really need the gauntlet or the stone.
Yeah, because he's the Mad Titan Thanos. He's going to be stronger than a whole lot of people.
And during the fight, Thor drops Mjolnir. Thanos is about to cut his head off.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hammer starts floating.
Out of nowhere, you see
I thought it was Thor doing that at first.
You see Mjolnir, bam, slay him, Thanos right in the jaw.
Basically, grand slams Thanos in the face,
and then
and Cap's the one that grabs it.
It goes flying right back to Cap. Like, you guys remember in Age of Ultron when he nearly budged it?
He budged. I honestly thought Mjolnir was like, oh, you know what? And then, no.
According to the Russo Buzz, apparently Cap was always really a Mjolnir. He just
didn't want to show Thor up in front of everyone else, apparently.
And then, because remember when Thor says, I knew it in Endgame, and like, oh, so he was always worthy of Mjolnir. And
that was a victory right there.
What surprised me is that Cat was able to use lightning. I mean...
Yeah, he's like hitting him really hard, and, well, of course, but when Odin said, whoever is worthy, who has his hammer, shall wield the power of Thor, he meant all the power of Thor.
Because Cap got a really big strength boost, and I'm thinking...
Which makes me wonder why Cap couldn't fly, but... whatever.
And he was using both the hammer. He was slamming the hammer to do that.
And he smacked the shield into Thanos' face.
And Thanos is using his big ass sword to break the shield.
Which, holy crap, vibranium can be broken.
And then his army comes. You know, the Chitauri army.
The Chitauri, the metal dragon thingies, whatever those are.
Dragon Leviathan things, and the four-armed guys. And then
whatever beasts start coming in,
and then that's when the epicness comes out. That's when the epicness happen. He gets a radio call and it's Falcon. Steve, and Sam.
Look to your left.
Where are you? And then Falcon gives him the line from Winter Soldier. On your left, and then you see Black Panther, Okoye, the whole Wakandan army.
Yeah, and I thought the Nova Corps ships came too, but I don't think it's them anymore.
Well, whatever. But there's
basically a whole fleet of ships came too.
Basically a whole fleet of ships.
All the Asgardians,
Wasp. You got Doctor Strange and all the Mystics.
Pepper in the new suit.
Pepper in the rescue suit. Spider-Man's back.
Spider-Man, Strange, and all the sorcerers.
You got them, and then you got Strange asking, "Is this everyone?" And Wong, "You wanted more?"
All right.
And then Captain America summons
Avengers.
Avengers. Assemble. They all just go charging to each other. Yeah. Big epic fight. You got Ant-Man as Giant Man punches one of the Leviathan things.
Saitama's it, basically. Not that the thing exploded. If he went full Saitama, it would have exploded when he punched it.
They're just, they're just an epic fight scene. They're trying to fight for the stones. Like, no, we got the stones. No, we got the stones. And
like the gauntlets flying everywhere. And
people are just playing hot potato with it. Spider-Man grabs it. He's swinging through the
and he takes it from Black Panther.
And
even though it goes from Hawkeye to Black Panther to Spider-Man. And
then Iron Man gets it later. But then Iron Man, and let's talk about Iron Man and Spider-Man. I really love the father and son thing between them. Because Iron Man hugs Peter because he missed him. And
even my inky black heart beated.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Sometimes his heart doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't work for him.
Yeah, I just don't cry anymore for some reason. I can be moved, but for some reason I can't cry.
Well,
it takes a lot for me to do that.
It takes a real man, and I cry, so I'm a real man. He knows what he is.
Apparently anything but.
And as they're fighting, they need another time machine to make, I think, for something to make the stones work. And
the quantum generator in the X-Con van.
They needed a quantum generator.
Which would have been the perfect opportunity for Luis and his buddies to come driving in like maniacs, but
Scott,
apparently not.
Scott activates the alarm because they're saying, we need another time machine. Wait, we do have another time machine.
No, I literally wanted Luis to come driving in like, yeah, Scotty, we got the time machine.
I thought that was them for a second there too.
like he was like, oh hey Scotty, we're here in the middle of this fight and
but instead, you got Ant-Man and Wasp in there.
And then we were snapped away by this purple guy and all these other dudes, and then there was this big fight, and then there was this guy in the Panther suit and the Spider-Man, and then Stark is here.
And then Luis, we don't got time to explain all this.
Oh right. Oh yeah, right, Scott. We got to get this working.
And they make it work, and
that would have made that scene work so much better if Luis and his buddies came in. I guess they couldn't get him.
Maybe. Well, we'll probably see him in Ant-Man 3.
Are you kidding? I bet we will see them in Ant-Man 3. And
then, Thanos is really trying to get that gauntlet. He's like,
the Guardians came back too. And Drax, that one dude's back.
Yeah, and Star-Lord sees Gamora, but it's not his Gamora that died.
Yeah, it's past Gamora that hasn't met him yet. And of course she punches him in the balls.
Like I'm with this guy in the future? Yep.
He is an idiot.
And
your only choices were either him or a tree.
And Thanos is really trying to get the gauntlet. He's like bashing people aside. Even his own minions.
Yeah, Captain Marvel comes flying in after Thanos is like, use the bombardment!
Yeah, he's firing his own lasers.
But our own troops are still here. Do it! As he's getting beat up by Wanda.
Then, 3 minutes later, you see Captain Marvel just zooming
into
the ship.
The cavalry has arrived, bitches!
Breaks into the ship, destroys
the entire fucking thing.
And then he gets the gauntlet, but then
she's there, and somehow she can stand up to him while he's wearing the gauntlet.
And he yanks out the Power Stone and blasts her with it.
More like just punches her with the stone in his hand. Like, ow!
Puts it back in the gauntlet. You see... Then Iron Man jumps on him to get the gauntlet.
All because it was a Stark Tech gauntlet.
Yeah.
That was how he was able to get the stones out of it.
They're going at it for a little bit, and then Thanos...
I am inevitable.
He thinks he won, I win! It's inevitable. He snaps his fingers and nothing happens. Wait, what?
And then he looks at it like, oh! And then Tony has...
We see Tony with the stones, and then he says his classic line, and I'm Iron Man. Then snaps his fingers.
And then Thanos' army just dies.
They disintegrate. The dragons disintegrate.
The beasts disintegrate. Voldemort dies.
Everyone just disintegrates.
I know he's not Voldemort, but he's basically Voldemort with hair to me.
That's what he calls him. The wizard guy.
The guy Tony called Squidward.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a nose. You can't call him Squidward. He's
called.
clearly Voldemort.
Well, whatever. That's just logic, guys.
I never said it made sense. I'm just saying that's how it makes sense to me.
Okay, whatever. And then Thanos is disintegrating, and Thanos just sits down like, I lost, I gotta accept it.
Yeah, he just sits there and just waits to go into dust.
He goes to dust, and they win, but
then
sadly,
Tony
it cost Iron Man his
dies.
life. Yeah, all that snapping energy cost him, and Spider-Man runs
And then
up
Rhodey and Spider-Man and Pepper come up to him.
Spider-Man's trying to say, Mr. Stark, hey, we won, Mr. Stark, we did it. And then Pepper takes him aside, saying it's okay. Telling Tony it's all right.
You can rest now, Tony.
He can finally rest, and then he just...
But that was a great moment, but then one guy in my theater had to ruin it.
What
Or are
happened?
we not talking about that on the video?
We'll just wait till we're done.
Okay.
And we're all crying, and I cry, because I'm like, oh, this is just sad. 'Cause I knew that people would die during the film.
I didn't expect Natasha and Tony to be the ones to go, though.
A part of me thought it might be maybe Rhodey, or...
Yeah, I was kind of thinking we might even lose someone that got resurrected, like, permanently at that point.
Well, it couldn't have been some of the other heroes, because they got confirmed for new movies.
And
so.
honestly, yeah, I understand why Banner didn't get in the fight, really, because he was kind of destroyed by the gauntlet.
But then there's this big funeral for Tony.
And everyone was there.
Everyone was there. Hank Pym, his wife.
Even the Guardians.
Nick Fury. And for some reason, General Ross was there. I don't know why he was there.
And he was somehow not going crazy, even though he saw Hulk there.
How was General Ross? I was hoping.
And the one kid that was in Iron Man 3 is like a teenager now. And
yeah, he was a teenager, and he was there to pay respects.
Or he was like 18, 19.
That was good to pay respects. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Fury was there.
I just said Fury.
Yay, Fury.
Cassie, everyone, Ant-Man, Scott, they were all there.
Everyone
Basically,
was there.
all the Avengers, all the heroes were there.
Yeah.
To pay their respects, and his daughter...
Except Natasha for obvious reasons.
Okay, dude, we know.
Yeah, but this one guy on Facebook made a post like, why isn't Natasha here? I'm like, have you even seen the movie?
Then they all go about their lives to continue what they started. Thor is going to be with the Guardians now, so I assume he'll be in Volume 3.
I am so looking forward to that, by the way, because the Guardians movies are really funny and really good at the same time.
Scott's enjoying his time with Hope and his grown-up teenage daughter now.
Of course.
Peter's back in Queens. He's going to continue on the legacy of Iron Man.
Yeah, and not that I've seen the other movies, but his friend's back too.
Yeah, his friend Ned.
Mm-hmm.
And they've all... Right before the movie ends, though, they take the stones back to their proper timelines. They send Captain America back.
Yeah, with Mjolnir.
They send Captain America back to their timelines, where they got him.
Because I guess they had to put Mjolnir back in its present time.
And so that the future can turn out the way it is, I think. Because remember, Doctor Strange told them about time and how they only got one chance to do this.
Yeah, so it's like bring the stones and put Mjolnir back because it wasn't destroyed yet.
Yeah, and he does that, but when he brings the Tesseract back, you know what? He comes back an old man because apparently...
That must have been the last one he put back then.
Yeah, he changed the timeline for that one because instead of coming back to the present that he was supposed to...
Yeah.
He decided to stay with Peggy, which I'm actually happy that he did that because he wanted a happy ending with the love of his life, and he does.
And he got it.
Although I'm kind of confused about Winter Soldier now because Winter Soldier.
Did he just stay in the house the whole time? Did he change his identity?
Because Winter Soldier, we see Peggy talking about her husband and her kids.
Yeah.
And her kids. So I assume that maybe Steve might have...
Makes that whole scene in Civil War with that one girl even more creepy.
Sharon Carter, because that means he made out with his future niece.
Ew!
Future niece. That's something to think about, Russo Brothers. That's not for the Russo Brothers to think about.
I mean, well, then... Yeah, I was going to say, George Lucas kind of made that mistake with Luke and Leia, too.
Yeah, like having them kiss in episode 5.
Even though they find out they're related in
episode 6.
Or it's like, they kiss in 4, they find out they're related in 5, and then it's kind of fixed in 6. Something like that.
Yeah, Episode 4, she kissed him on the cheek. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, a cheek kiss from your sister, that's fine. But
Well, yeah.
full smacking lips, though, that's different.
Oh my God! Don't even. Well, then again, I'm an only child, but that still sounds really bad.
And I mean, even if you're half siblings, it's still weird.
Cousins, especially. No.
So he stays there, comes back an old man, tells Sam how he lived a happy life. Because Bucky tells Sam to talk to him, and he tells him how
He does.
What a happy life he lived after bringing the stones back. Said he wanted to have some happiness like Tony wanted him to have.
Came back as an older man.
And he passes on the Captain America shield to Sam. Because, in the comic books, when Captain America dies, him and Sam are kind of close, and he passes on that to Sam, and Sam becomes new Captain America. So I'm actually glad that they did that for this, too.
Which means if there's going to be another new Captain America movie, it's going to be about Sam.
Well, there's going to be a new TV show on the Disney Plus app called Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with that.
I guess that means Sam and Bucky will be doing some stuff together.
But if they do make a new Captain America film, it's also going to be about Falcon, like maybe Falcon America or something.
Might be another show like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was.
Maybe. That's a good show, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I guess I'm actually looking forward to that, seeing Falcon as the new Captain America and trying to live up to, like Spider-Man, trying to be the new Iron Man, sort of, and then you got Falcon.
Well, yeah, but he's a Spider-Man.
And you see Falcon trying to be the new Captain America.
Which I think he'll be able to do, especially if he keeps the wings.
And then he keeps the wings all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't read comics.
Well, I haven't read all those comics.
He's mostly into manga, the anime comic books.
You're into it too?
Yeah, but I prefer Marvel comics.
You watch anime, don't even get me started on that.
I read a lot of things, man. He's just into what he wants to read,
If it's interesting, I read it.
Yeah.
Not that the comics aren't interesting, I just haven't read them.
And then the movie ends with Captain America dancing with Peggy. Dancing in the house, because remember he owed her that dance.
He sure did. And she got it.
And it ends right there, and if you want to stay for the credits, you can, but there's no
there was
post-credits
no post-credits scene. I was disappointed.
They say there is now, though, but it's just a Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, so if you want to stay for that, it's okay.
I think they... I didn't even have an ad for that in my theater.
Because I already saw the trailer for it, though, but if you want to see it, go ahead.
But I've actually seen it twice already.
Yeah, same here. It's a really good movie, guys. It's the best way to end the Avengers, but...
Yeah.
What I want to know is what's going to happen...
Even if they said that was the last MCU movie, that was the perfect one to end it on.
But what I want to know right now is what's going to happen, because if they make another Avengers movie, what's going to happen?
Yeah, because apparently there's an Avengers 5 in 2022?
2022 or 2023, because I heard a rumor about it, but if they do that, what's going to happen?
I mean, not...
Okay, here's the thing.
A lot of people are saying Galactus, a lot of people are saying Kang the Conqueror.
Some are saying Doctor Doom or the Beyonder.
Okay, maybe the Beyonder, but Doctor Doom?
I don't know.
Who got that idea?
Galactus I wouldn't mind, because they really got to make up for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he was like a giant storm cloud.
Yeah, because they really got to make up for Rise of the Silver Surfer. So if they do Galactus in the MCU, that'll be fine. Just make him giant, not some kind of a space cloud.
Does that make Apocalypse like the first mega villain to ever appear on screen?
I suppose so.
Oh wait, actually Thanos did appear before Apocalypse.
Well, actually, that would actually be Thanos and Ultron, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much the main villains.
Well, the mega omni-powerful villain kind of guy.
But what's going to happen, though, because Hawkeye is retired.
Yeah.
Thor's
with the Guardians.
He's with the Guardians, but
he left New Asgard to Valkyrie.
Bruce is just a professor now.
I don't think he's going to... Oh, he might help out in places if he's there, maybe, but...
If he wants to develop Spider... I mean...
But he's definitely going to be out of commission for a bit because of a burned-up arm.
Honestly, the best thing I can see them doing right now is giving Spider-Man and maybe the other younger heroes a chance to be Avengers. Because remember...
Although Wanda might not be coming back either.
Because remember the comic books they got with the young Avengers or the new Avengers. So I can see them doing that. And Spider-Man's not the only young hero, remember. Because
True.
now we got Cloak and Dagger, Marvel's Runaways, the New Warriors. So if they want to do that, take Spider-Man or
Just make all them the new Avengers.
make the teenagers heroes. I can see that happening. And plus, Scott got a daughter now, and she's a teenager, so she can become Steer.
Yep. And Captain Marvel's still around. If she wants to come back to Earth to join him, that could be a possibility.
Yeah, and we got Black Panther still. There's also that.
Yeah.
He's an Avenger.
I think he might stay in Wakanda more often than not, though.
Or maybe just do a solo thing where Spider-Man and his amazing friends happen, because I would love to see that. Spider-Man's
Oh, yeah, with Iceman and Firestar.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Oh, you got her name right this time.
At least I don't mix those two up.
He got her name right this time.
Yeah,
He said
because those two are
Firestar.
completely different. Their names are just kind of the same.
Usually he says Starfire, but this time he said Firestar.
I almost said it that time, too, but I'm like, no.
Well, to be fair, their names are kind of the same. Just
Firestar,
switched.
Starfire. Although,
It's just you take the fire and put the star in front. And then
that's not even
and you put
Starfire's
fire in
real
front.
given name to begin with. That's just what her
Starfire-
Tamaranian name means.
Starfire's
in Earth.
Starfire's name is Coriander,
Which is actually a cooking ingredient.
but they call her Cory for short.
Or Starfire.
That's your superior
Or
name.
Star.
That's your superior name.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's just the Teen Titans
And-
TV show talking, then.
Raven's just Raven, apparently.
I thought Raven was always Raven.
Well, in the new Teen Titans, if you guys have the new DC app, you'll see the new live-action Titan show. Apparently, Raven's name is Rachel. I guess maybe she'll change her name to Raven eventually. I don't know.
Or that's a retcon from something.
I don't know.
I thought her name was always Raven, too.
Yeah, but but we're getting off topic. But that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
If so, for those of you who did see Endgame, it was a great movie. Best way to end it.
I think the best MCU movie ever. For now.
If that was like the way to end the whole series, and my mother just walked in. She's going
Hello.
to ruin the video now.
Maybe I can edit that out.
Yeah, try to edit that out. Hey, Mom.
Hey, I'm
In
gonna walk back by,
post.
so wait before you edit.
I don't know. I might keep that in.
My mom just came on TV. Came on the video.
Video.
We're making a video. Don't worry, nothing nasty.
Yeah, it's just Endgame.
You should have warned us before coming down.
Nah, I heard her walking around up there. I just didn't know if I should say anything.
What you doing? Is that chicken?
And we're gonna end it off here.
Okay.
Bye.